present you a PowerPoint presentation that we run from the interview we made by our students, and I think it's a good connection to what we've done yesterday. That's why I would like to do this before, because we heard already some biography facts from Razim, and now I would like to present some biography facts from Kristina. She's a student of mine in a low-level education. She visits a trade and business school that is only for 1 year, and it's only the basics that they get there. If they really want to get into a job, they have to stay longer at our school. And therefore, in this first year, they have to show that they are, first of all, willing to learn, and secondly, that they are successful in learning. And then they have the chance to go to our second level business school, you can say, that goes 2 years. So, step by step, students at our school have the chance to improve their knowledge and their skills. That's what we try to do, and Kristina is one of them. Here you can see what is the content of the PowerPoint presentation, and you can realize it's not all the 27 questions of the questionnaire, because we don't mean to bother you here with all that. We take the main facts and try to present this. Yeah, Kristina, unfortunately there's no photo, I don't know why, because she's quite beautiful, and it would be nice to have a picture here. I have the video later, so you can see her in that situation. So, she's 17 years old, as you can see, and she's like Razim, born in Germany already, but her parents and grandparents, they are not, they come from Georgia. Maybe it's called Georgia in English, I don't know. Georgia. There you can see the map. This is the country that is hosting us now, as you can see. And this is Georgia. Above in the north there's Russia. And for example, another, I think, important area is Chechnya. Because we all know that there are huge problems what the Chechens and the Russians are concerned, that there's terrorism in Russia and all that stuff. So you can imagine that for Kristina, parents and their grandparents, it's a situation where political problems are day by day thing to deal with. And mainly Kristina's family is from the region of Caucasus. Yeah, they delivered some photos, and I was very surprised about that, because the beautiful photos they don't give, but those photos they give. What you can see here is her great-grandfather, the great-grandfather of Kristina, has been imprisoned in German military jail. And after the Second World War, he stood in Germany. Yeah, and he does not go back to Georgia. And after some time, he fetched his family and a lot of family members, like we already heard it by Razim and his family, with another background, of course. But step by step, the family followed. And that is, you can say, the family history of Kristina's. Here she tries to show us what she thinks about their fellow students that are natives. And their families are natives too. And what is positive with it, as you can see, she says she does a lot of things with the native students. She seems to be integrated, because she's dancing in a dancing school. I know that, it's not here. And she's meeting friends and hanging around, very important for young... Chilling, like Razim says, very important for young people. And hanging around alone, or hanging around with a group of people, is quite different. So, in this situation, we can be sure that she's hanging around with friends. Yeah, and she feels accepted by those students, as she says that she feels that a lot of people are not really open-minded towards different cultural backgrounds. We had this in Razim's presentation too, when you said to be either German, and then you should forget about what you're coming from, or you stay what you are, and then you are not integrated by the hosting society. And that is a little bit something that I've heard by Kristina too. So, and why does she feel sometimes like like an immigrant? It's very important for her, she told us, to keep the Russian, because Georgia was former Russian when there was a Soviet Union, the Georgian traditions, what food, language, and that is very important to her, like to all my other students that coming from Turkey, Venezuela, and the fourth one is coming from Kazakhstan. They all say that the native language is a very important point of identification to them, although they are, a lot of them, third or fourth generation. Kristina likes Germany very much. She likes to live here and she don't want to leave the country except on vacation. And their vacation they usually do, and that is what I often hear by migrant students, the vacation they usually do to the country where the family's origin is. That means they go to Georgia, visiting rest of the family and so on. So there's a close connection in between the country they come from. That's what Henk question may answer, practicing culture. As you can see, that's a typical Russian, what is called cathedral maybe? Orthodox church, yeah, that's true. More or less German-looking girl living in Germany in the fourth generation of a Georgian family. What is the connection to the country the family comes from? And as we can see, she is often watching Russian TV. There is a big discussion in Germany concerning Turkish students, because via satellite they are able to watch all the Turkish TV programs, yeah, that they want to see, and sometimes the whole family does not watch even one report or whatever on German TV. Yeah? So even Kristina, she watches a lot of Russian TV. Very important to them is family life. Family stands quite close together, and when they are preparing festivities, and she said especially at birthdays, you can see that there's a lot of food. There is some, maybe we should take this in brackets, there is some alcohol. That means alcohol seems to have an important meaning to festivities in their cultural background. And she says there's a special atmosphere. As we could see before, she's integrated in a peer group of native students too, and she can feel a difference. It's different to visit a birthday anywhere else or in a Russian or Georgian family. That is what she told us. And what she's doing, practicing culture, she's visiting shops that have special Russian products. She says that she's getting along with all students and teachers pretty well. And what is important to her, and she said that several times, not because I was in the room, she really feels it. I believe she would say, she would be honest, even if she had the feeling that I expect something. She knows that we are very interested in objective answers, so she wouldn't mind. That the teachers are objective and fair towards her, and when she says they are fair and objective towards me, she means towards migrant students in general. She has not the feeling that there's any prejudice at this level from teachers to students. There were special questions, you remember, on migrant students and the connection between Kristina in this case and the migrant students. And she says that the amount of friends she has are the same in between migrant students and native students. And that I find very, very interesting. She said that the differences in the personalities of the peer group she has, the difference of the personalities in the natives, between the natives and as one group, are as higher as the differences between one or the other group. So that means you cannot say, I get along with the natives pretty well and I don't get along with the migrants quite bad, but you must say, I get along with natives and I get along with migrants, but with some of the natives I don't get along very good, and with some of the migrants I don't. So it does not depend on the question where do you come from, but on the question who you are.